Hey ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Albums Recall. That's where I give you the best of legendary albums, go back in time and look through the best albums in hip hop that made an impact in the game. And you know how it goes down. If you know, you know. If it's the first time here, just watch and listen and enjoy. And today I'm going to be giving you the Death Certificate by Ice Cube. So episode 4, season 2 of Albums Recall. So yes, let's get on. So the Death Certificate is the second studio album by American rapper Ice Cube. It was released on October the 29th, 1991 by Priority Records and EMI Records. The album was re-released for a 25th anniversary edition on June 9th, 2017 by Interscope Records. After Cube's announcing signing to the label in late May 2017, it was highly anticipated with over 1 million advance orders. The album was certified platinum sales on December the 20th, 1991 in its original release. So yeah, it was released. The album was released in October the 29th, 1991. The album was recorded throughout 1991. So it was recorded and released in the same year. So to get more into the background of the album now. So due to some of its racially and political charged content, Ice Cube statements on drugs dealing, racial profiling, and the right to keep bear arms and political statements on the album. The Death Certificate was the source of much controversy upon its release. In 2003, Priority Records re-released Death Certificate with the bonus track "How to Survive in South Central," How to Survive in South Central, which originally appeared on the Boyz in the Hood soundtrack. So Death Certificate introduced this track. We all know. If you don't know, it's my top favorite diss track of all time. No Vaseline. That was towards his former rap group N.W.A, which he annihilated. He ended N.W.A on his own, but I'll get more into that later on. He did, which is a response to his former hip hop group N.W.A and their album Nigga for Life, which includes direct and indirect diss tracks and verses to Ice Cube. So No Vaseline is considered to be one of the greatest diss tracks of all time due to explicit and direct subject matter towards the members of the group. So the length of the album is 1 hour, 1 minute and 8 seconds. The label is Priority Records and EMI Records. The producer of the album is Sir Jinx and Ice Cube. Also, the executive producer is Boogeyman. So the genre is West Coast hip hop, very hardcore gangsterist and political hip hop. Yeah, there was a lot of political statements in this album. You know, very political, very hardcore, very gritty. But like, it was real. You know, had that East Coast. No, it was a very unique. It wasn't like a proper West Coast type. Some of the beats in there are very unique to other West Coast beats. You know, it wasn't the typical West Coast sound and beats. You know. So the singles from the album, two singles that are released. Number 1, Steady Mobbing, that was released on August the 9th, 1991. Then you have number 2, True to the Game, which was released on September the 14th, 1992. Behind the recording of the album now, more of it. The recording and writing to Death Certificate began in early 1991 and it carried on throughout most of the year while making that album, and as also heavily involved in the several other projects including Yo-Yo's debut album and Make a Way for Mother Love. His younger cousin Del the Funky Homo Sapien, I wish my brother George was here, and perhaps more importantly, his film debut, Boyz in the Hood, in which he co-starred with Cuban Jordan and Lawrence Fishburne, and similar to America's Most Wanted, Ice Cube was very acted in the album's production. For overall and differed, unlike America's Most Wanted, which featured the Bomb Squad, hard-edged beats. Death Certificate featured a slightly more West Coast orientated sound in comparison, with heavy use of 70s funk and soul samples. Numbers of tracks also use samples taken from acts of such as the Zap, Ohio, and Fishbone, California. The content, whilst making Death Certificate, Ice Cube was said to be affiliated with the Nation of Islam, which had a large impact on the majority of the album's content. Also, has denied being part of the organization. Death Certificate was roughly organized as a two thematic element of a larger whole, an open and cube explanation. The death side, a mirror image of where we are today. The life side, a vision of where we need to go. The first half, therefore, is replete with tales of drug and dealing, war, mongering and violence aspect of a gangster rap album in 1991. The death side, a bird in the hand, a young man's slide into life of drug dealing for economical survival. So the life side, black career threatens rioting and arson, and alongside black and entrepreneurship and response to the prominence of the career in the grocery stores and the ghettos across the United States. The track was seen as a response to the death of Latasha Harley, the 15-year-old African-American girl who was shot dead by a Korean store owner on March the 16th, 1991 in an altercation over a bottle of orange juice. Since the release of the track preceded the 1992 Los Angeles riots, is which many of the people targeted were of a Korean descent. Ice Cube was accused of inciting racism by African Americans towards Asians. The track Look Who's Burning tells of dangers of sexual transmitted infection in low-income neighborhoods, while Alive and Arrival tells the story of a young man caught in the crossfire of a gang shootout who slowly bleeds to death while in hospital waiting room being questioned by police. Colorblind preaches neutrality and brotherhood and between gangs such as the Bloods and the Crips. Also, Ice Cube's previous album avoided direct attack on N.W.A's Death Certificate, containing True to the Game and mostly notable No Vaseline, which were diss tracks aimed at his former bandmates. So, let me get, this is the critical reception of the album. Death Certificate receives critical acclaim. AllMusic called it even harder and angrier than America's Most Wanted. It continues the sharp insight, the unflinching looks at the contemporary urban lifestyle that his solo debut only hinted at it. It's hardcore without any gangster posure. It also call it funkier, noisier, and more musically effective than America's. So yeah, so I'm gonna give you more ratings on the album. So AllMusic, they gave it a 5 out of 5. Chicago Sun-Times, they gave it a 4 out of 4. The Entertainment Weekly gave it an A. Los Angeles Times, they gave it a 3 out of 4. Rolling Stones gave it a 4 out of 5. The Source gave it a 4 out of 5 also. So some good ratings down there, you know. And yeah, some very good ratings. So yeah, the Death Certificate, that's a very good album in my eyes. Ice Cube is telling the stories, different stories from different occasions, whether it's drug dealing or it's a community going through like oppression, political reasons. I love this album. If you haven't heard it, you need to listen. And it was a very good album. And yeah, so I like about this album. There's different songs are telling different stories of how things used to go down in LA and how it was back in the early 90s, back in those days, you know. So I do rate this album highly, and to me this is the Ice Cube certified album. And you got the Lethal Injections, you know, you got the America's Most Wanted, but those are my favorite. Those albums are great too, but this is my number one Ice Cube album, and you need to take a listen to it as also have a listen to that album. So I'm gonna go more into the accolades now. Death Certificate was ranked 8th on MTV's Greatest Hip Hop Album of All Time list back in 2005. It was ranked 17th in the Source Critics Top 100 Black Music Albums of All Time list in 2006. It was ranked number 5 in the Ego Trip Hip-Hop's 25th Greatest Album by the Year 1980 to 1998 list in 1999. And it was ranked 16th on the Village Voice Best Album of the Year in 1991. It was ranked number 37 in New Musical Express Best Album of the Year list in 1991, and it also was included in Vibe's 100 Essential Albums of the 20th Century in 1999. So yeah. So I'm gonna go more into the controversy of the album. Due to fear and the laws against racial incitement in the UK could see the album banned, the original UK release removed the track Black Career and No Vaseline. Island Records, the contributor of this version of the album, deleted these tracks with the consent of Priority Records, but not Ice Cube himself. So we are very excited about Ice Cube, said Island MD Mark Marriott, but on a personal level, I just could not take those two songs. I understand that self-censoring after the N.W.A's case puts us in a strange position, but we are not going to support minority invasion or anti-Semitism. We came to compromise with profile that was acceptable. The track has been since been reinstated on a CD reissued, readily available in the UK. So in the UK it was banned, the song Black Career and No Vaseline, if you didn't know that, over here in the UK, because we am in the UK right now. So commercial performance, album Death Certificate debuted at number 2 on the US Billboard 200 and number 1 on the US Top R&B Hip Hop Album chart, selling 105,000 copies in its first week. Released on December 20th, 1991. The album was certified platinum by the Recording Industry Association of America for sales over 1 million copies. It was certified only 2 months after the release was released. To date, the album has sold over 2 million copies in the United States and over 5 million copies worldwide. On September 4th, 2015, Death Certificate went back on the Billboard chart 200 chart, and ranked at number 99 with 14,000 sales in that week. Also, the Greatest Hits and American Most Wanted came back on the album charts for 200 in that week in the Greatest Hits charting at number 118 with 11,920 copy sales. So yeah. So that's that's it for me today, and that's it. That was episode 4, the Death Certificate by Ice Cube, and hope you liked it. And please comment, subscribe, and please comment, comment, and subscribe and share, please, if you did enjoy this video, and if you have already, just keep supporting me, share this video, and in the comments below, let me know what albums you want me to do next. So in the meantime, take care, stay safe, and have a good day. That's it for me today. Peace.